Go for the beers. Go for the cheers. Go for the hit and the hits. Go for the scene. Go for the screens. Go for the gallery. Go for the win. Go to Ocean.
It's a family show. It's a family show. Don't curse. It's a family show. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Marc Farzetta. This is JAKIB Media, Phillies Postgame show. Alex Schmidt is producing the program. This is brought to you by Colony Pools and Power Washing. They are fantastic. They are consistent. And you know what? They don't make boneheaded mistakes like some people like Nick Castellanos, for instance. Win and save this baseball season with our friends from Colony Pools and Power Washing. Let the experts get rid of that ugly green algae and mold off your roof, off your siding, and off your deck. They service Delaware, that's the state of Delaware, as well as Delco and Chester counties. Call them now at 302-762-2250. That's 302-762-2250. It's definitely not early anymore. I even said 2 days ago, the last time I did this, because it was off yesterday, I had to miss the post game for an event I had to host. And of course, that's when Trey Turner actually delivers. But anyway, I digress. May mad is how I like to describe it in baseball terms. Like, you can't really get rageful in the month of May. You shouldn't get rageful in the month of May. You should be somewhat in control of your emotions. But to hell with all of that tonight. That was ridiculous what we had to watch. First off, let's just, before we even get to Castellanos, Aaron Nola, and I've defended the guy a bunch of times with that ace talk, and he's not a Hall of Famer, but just because he's not a Hall of Famer doesn't mean he's not an ace by any means. This is a guy that has finished, third in the Cy Young voting in his career. He's finished in the top 5 twice in his career. He's been a pretty good pitcher. He's been hot and cold. He's been red hot, or he's been ice cold. No doubt about that. But it is becoming way too often. Is becoming way too much of the norm that the best thing we could say about his starts are, well, at least he went 6 innings. He went 6 innings, though. At least he went 6. He went 6 innings. He ate some innings. He gave the bullpen a break. Oh, that's great. That's not an ace. An ace will give the bullpen a break while also giving your offense a chance to win a ball game. That's good. That's what you should be doing as an ace. You should not only be eating innings at the very least and I even hate this standard in today's baseball, but at the even least in today's baseball, 6 innings, 7 innings, 8 innings, that's eating innings. And only allowing 2 runs, at the most 3 on a bad night, 3. But what we're watching right now with Aaron Nola is not ace material. He's just thought, maybe he's starting to figure it out with his last couple of starts. Nope, not silly. Shame on us. And tonight was no exception. And Austin Riley, I would just, when Aaron Nola's about to face Austin Riley, I would just, wave the 4 fingers. Just, all right, see ya. Just take your base. Enjoy the free pass because we shouldn't be pitching to you anymore. Both those home runs by Austin Riley, oh my goodness, holy pots and pans. They were like identical. And both of them were just hung, man. They were just hung out over the middle of the plate, just begging to be smashed into left center field, and that's exactly what they were. So I know Aaron Nola has been a real lightning rod for a lot of people in talking about how whether or not he's an ace or he's not an ace. But if we're debating it this much, then I think we have our answer. Not an ace. Nick Castellanos. All right. You know how important this series is to not only this road trip, but the entire season? I mean, we're not playing baseball. We're not playing NL East opponents like we used to. New schedule, format, the whole thing. Major League Baseball is deciding to go with. And you're the last to get the crack at the whole NL East, and you're doing it in this road trip. I know you got a whole season ahead of you, but not even a whole season anymore. You got June, July, August, September, okay? To get on base the way he did tonight, and this is the situation I'm talking about. We're going to talk about the first blunder by Nick Castellanos, and I'm going to really try to not lose my mind entirely. But in the third inning of the ballgame, Bryce Harper leads off the inning, flies out to center field. Castellanos then steps up to the plate, gets the infield single. Could have been a double down the line, but Riley's right there making a play on the ball, so he kept it in the infield against the infield single. Damn near double, but it is what it is. Kyle Schwarber then steps up. He walks. JT Realmuto gets plunked. You now have the bases loaded with 1 out. At the time, it's a 3-3 ball game. All right, we're not even getting into some of the better stuff earlier in the game. We're just going right to the third inning here because we're talking about Nick Castellanos and what the hell he was thinking in the first what the hell was he thinking moment for Nick Castellanos in this game. So Nick Castellanos is on third base in this situation. 1 out. Alec Boehm's at the plate. Alec Boehm already has a 2-run home run earlier in the ball game. So he's at the plate. He hits a dribbler down the third baseline. Nick Castellanos breaks for home, and even that is too intense a word, breaks for home. Starts trotting down the third baseline, thinking it's going to be a double play with Austin Riley stepping on third base, firing across the field to get Alec Boehm trying to beat out the throw. And that would be the double play to end the inning, and no run would score. Instead, and this is my take on the situation, this is what happened, but this is my take on why it happened the way it did. Austin Riley fields the ball at third base. His momentum is going away from first base. So rather than step on the bag, turn, and throw and try to make an accurate throw across the field and across his body, he decided to try to make the throw home. That's why I think he threw the way he did. And I think Nick Castellanos was expecting the throw to go from third to first to try to get the double play. But it did not. And regardless of what you thought was going to happen on that play, any little leaguer watching the play tonight should have looked at that and went, oh, he's got to slide. You got to bust it home like the throw is going to try to beat you. Because guess what? If Austin Riley's already stepping on third base, that's not a force anymore. So then you bust your ass to get home. And you act like there's going to be a play at the plate. The proper thing to do, the right thing to do in that scenario, hit the dirt, you slide. Because you don't know what's going to happen. And sure enough, Nick Castellanos did not slide. As a matter of fact, he ducked. So what probably happened in this moment, if you ever played pickle, right? Like the fine movie Sandlot, you ever getting a rundown as a kid? He probably saw the catcher's eyes, probably saw Murphy's eyes and went, oh, damn, that ball's coming. And instead of sliding, he just, he ducked. If he probably would have stayed upright, probably bounces off his head, goes out of play. Or at least goes into foul territory, and you still only have 1 out, and you score a run. So then in that instance, you'd actually go up 4-3, and you wouldn't waste an opportunity of a bases-loaded 1-out scenario. Now you've had, at that point, you would have what? Runners on first and second with 2 outs you would have. But instead, he not only does he not slide, but he also ducks. So he knows the throw is coming. He still doesn't hit the dirt. Probably too late. And even so, he's trotting down the third baseline. He's not busting it. He's not acting like this is one of the few times you're actually going to face the Atlanta Braves. He's not acting like you're just coming off an emotional win at home where you stave off this sweep. Now you go on a 10-game road trip. He's not acting like you want to start that road trip off in the best way possible by getting runs whenever you can and play good heads-up baseball. To all the little leaguers out there, that's not how you do that play. You either get in the way of the throw and try to make it look like it's unintentional, or you do what you're supposed to, which is you bust it home and you slide. The ball's hit behind you. Assume the play is going to be made on you and be ready. He's a major leaguer. Ridiculous how he handled that play. And Nick Castellanos, and you know what? Compared to last year's standard, I mean, the guy's hitting 40 points higher than he did at this time last year. So, yes, there's been a turnaround with Nick Castellanos. Still would like some more power and some more pop, but the doubles have been there far more than last year. And the hits in general have been there far more than last year, of course. But he's got a little bit of a pass from people, and rightfully so, because he's hit a lot better than he has last season. But that particular play can drive anybody bonkers, and it certainly drove me nuts today. So then let's compound the problem and keep talking about our boy Nick Castellanos, okay? So the game goes on. It's a 5-5 ball game. Actually, it wasn't even a 5-5 ball game at this point. Bryson Stott, or Minters, first off, AJ Minters in the ball game now for the Braves. He's pitching in that 7th inning. Stott tries to check his swing, can't, gets called out on strikes. Turner steps up, and what did you know at a 2-pitch at bat? That's funny. And he flies out to right field. Then Bryce Harper, brilliantly, sees Riley playing back. He drops up a little bunt, gets the bunt single there down the third base line. He's on base. Castellanos steps up. He gets a single up the middle for a base hit. Bryce Harper's busting it. Don't got to tell him to hustle. He makes it from first to third on that particular play. So now you have a runner on first and third with 2 outs. That's very important for what happens next. There are 2 outs. Nick Castellanos is on first base. Kyle Schwarber steps up to the plate, hits a seed down the right field line for an RBI double. Okay? The ball goes into the corner. And I'm thinking, I know it's Castellanos, probably not scoring on that play. And then I see that Acuna has to go into the corner a little bit to field the ball. I don't know if necessarily he bobbled it, but it looked like he had to try to pick it up twice. Then the throw goes to second. And I'm thinking, oh my God, Castellanos is going to score on this. And then the throw goes from second to home. And Castellanos is just sliding into the frame. And I go, what? It's that close? And then I see him get under the tag, and I go, oh, my God, he made it! 2-run single, 2-run double for Kyle Schwarber. Phillies are going to get 2 out of this. It's going to be a 6-5. The Phillies are going to have the lead. And then the more they showed the replay, I went, oh, man, he's out. And then the Braves challenged it, and he was out. And the more you watched the slide, you went, how does he miss home with his foot? Did he forget where home was? And how did he miss home? And why did it take him so long to get home from first with 2 outs? And they threw to the wrong base. And then when I went back and I listened to it again, went back and watched it again, in between innings, I went, it seemed like that was a long time between first base and home. And I even tweeted, I said, I know Nick Castellanos isn't a speedster by any means, but what the hell took him so long? Like, did he take a nap at third base? Did him and Dusty Watson catch up and talk about, I don't know, their favorite music? I don't know. What the hell happened? Why did it take him so long? And it dawned on me, Ben Davis during the broadcast even said it, and we never saw a replay of it. Ben Davis even said during the broadcast, Nick Castellanos, he says, Nick looked surprised. Nick looked a little surprised that Dusty was waving him. And my thought was, Ben Davis is up there. The play's happening down there. How from up there can Nick look surprised? How can you look down and, oh, he looks surprised? Did Nick slow down and stop running? Because if I'm Ben Davis and I'm all the way up there and I'm looking down there and I'm looking at him and then Nick Castellanos, the only way for him to look surprised to me is if he goes, and then starts running. That was my pantomime of a guy slowing down around third base. But anyway, is that the only way? That's the only way you could actually look like you're slowing down or looking surprised in this case. And then it was never referenced again. The replay was never shown again. We didn't get the bird's eye view of what the runners were doing around the bases or whatever. I know that MLB Network also had the game. Maybe they have the footage of it. I don't know. But what the hell took so long for Nick Castellanos to get from first to home on a ball hit in the corner, a ball that Acuna had to go get with 2 outs, by the way, so you're running on contact, and a ball that went to second base before he even went home? I know some people were tweeting me, oh, there's a piano on his back. I'm like, that would be a more likely. I wouldn't rule it out, but I think what's the more likely scenario is at some point along the line, Nick Castellanos stopped running. So in the third inning, they have an opportunity to score a couple of more runs. He lollygags at home. So then in the 7th inning, you have an opportunity to score the to take the lead in the 7th inning. You have an opportunity to take the lead. And you're potentially lollygagging around third base, and you're surprised that you're being waved home. I didn't see it. None of us saw it. I can only go off what I heard on the broadcast. He was somewhat surprised. I take that as in he pulled up a little bit and then went right back to running hard, attempting to run hard. It's the only way you can explain it to me. But I'd love to see it. I'm sure the footage is out there somewhere. But bottom line is it's inexcusable. Either case is inexcusable. It's just boneheaded baseball is what it is. And the Phillies are in no shape to play bonehead baseball. They need to play smart, fundamentally sound baseball. And that just seems like it's an impossibility. If you're not going to have Trey Turner hitting, which, by the way, I love the story as much as anybody about Trey Turner's mom booing Trey Turner. And even if it was a joke, she's booing him from Florida. She's one of us. Awesome. But also, the day that Trey Turner had to the plate today, like this was supposed to be yesterday was supposed to be the get right game for Trey Turner, right? Oh, look, he's back. Maybe this will jumpstart his confidence. I don't know if I'm making a prediction, I don't think Rob Thompson does this tomorrow. But here's what needs to happen, because we've been through everything now. We yelled and screamed for him to get a day off. First off, we yelled and screamed, just give him time. We gave him time, still not doing really well. He had a 10-game hitting streak. His average went down 2 points. What about his on-base percentage? That went down a point. All right, so he's struggling. Give him a day off. Give him a day off. He came back, had a 10-pitch at bat. The fact that I'm even highlighting a 10-pitch at bat like it's a brag for him is not a good sign. And you know what? He had a game-tying home run on a very much hanging curveball that you, me, and probably a number of my very old relatives could have knocked out of the park. Yeah, I'm devaluing it. Yes, I am. Because it was a hanger, man. It was a that's too specific a reference, a Michael Jordan hanger home run. But anyway, it was terrible. I don't think Rob Thompson does this tomorrow, but now it is post time. Bryson Stott's your leadoff hitter. Alec Boehm's your 2-hole hitter. That's the way it needs to be. I don't know if Rob Thompson does it tomorrow, but I know he should do it tomorrow. I would love to see him do it tomorrow. It's time. I mean, yes, he got the game-tying home run yesterday, but wow, that seems like a long time ago already. It seems more recent that he swung at those 2 pitches in the dirt yesterday than it does anything else, especially the first pitch that the catcher couldn't even get to, by the way. It is time for Trey Turner to be moved down in the order. There's no other way to look at it. I know you want to trust the guy. I know you want to believe in the guy. I know he's a $300 million guy. But if you want to even attempt to get that kind of production out of him again, you got to keep shaking things up. If they're not working, if he's not bouncing back, if you're not seeing any change, any adjustment, then you got to keep moving. I mean, if you look at his at-bats tonight, for instance, his first at-bat, again, goes down 0-2, grounds out to the shortstop. Second at-bat has a really brief at-bat, again, unfortunately, and he ends up grounding out to the shortstop again. The game continues. He goes up there in a 2-pitch at-bat in the 5th inning, and he flies out to center field. Time and time again, he has these quick at-bats. 7th inning, I mentioned it already. Another fly out to the outfield. This one to the right fielder. This one to Acuna. A 2-pitch at-bat. It's consistently the same thing. And then the way the game ended, again, the same thing for Trey Turner. In the final at-bat of the game, he steps up to the plate, and on the first pitch he sees, he pops out to second base. The guy's just got no plate discipline. And he's got no patience. No patience whatsoever. And my point that I'm going to continue to make with him until he changes it is if you're struggling, you want to eventually see good pitches, right? You don't want to just keep trying to jump on the first pitch you see. And so many times you see that first pitch as a high outside slider, one that they even hang up, but they at least get it out of the strike zone, and he's still hacking at it. I mean, look, there's no other argument to be made whether or not he's pressing than seeing him swing at a pitch that bounces 2 feet in front of home plate and the catcher can't even field it. Catcher can't even receive that ball. And you're swinging at it? Absolutely terrible. Some other things, of course, from this game is Soto just had a terrible outing. Aaron Nola had a terrible outing. At least the 8 innings. That's not a compliment for him. Aaron Nola, 6 innings, 5 earned runs on 8 hits, 7 strikeouts, gave up 3 home runs, 2 of them to Austin Riley. 98 pitches to get through 6 innings of work. Sir Anthony Dominguez went out there, struck out 2 in a scoreless frame in the 7th inning. Gregory Soto, rough couple of outings to start the season. Great middle, not so great recent. Goes 2/3 of an inning, 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 walk, strikes out 1. And, of course, Hoffman went in there for just a third of an inning. And that was that. He was able to get out of it. Phillies, on the other hand, just got beat up. And how often are we going to continue to get beat up by Travis d'Arnaud? Whether he's with the Mets or the Braves, however long he's been with the Braves now. But he just found a way to hurt you with a 2-run single, just like it was nothing. Wow, Travis d'Arnaud, 34 years young now. God bless him. Former Phillies prospect. Good for him. Phillies will be back on the diamond tomorrow night in Atlanta once again. 7:20 start time. You got Taijuan Walker on the hill. He'll go against Jared Schuster. Jared Schuster, the left-handed pitcher for the Atlanta Braves. He's coming off a 6-inning, 1-run performance, and it was a home run. He also issued just 1 walk in a 3-2 win over the Seattle Mariners. Previous to that, he went 5 innings, allowing just 3 runs on 3 hits against the Texas Rangers. He also allowed a home run in that and issued 2 walks. As for Taijuan Walker, coming off one of his better Taijuan Walker starts, of course, with the Philadelphia Phillies, if not his best start with the Phillies to this point. Taijuan Walker went out there and looked like a totally different pitcher than we saw when he was out there in San Francisco. Absolutely different pitcher, and really the vast majority of the season. Against San Francisco, if you remember, 4 runs in just 2/3 of an inning. He used 40 pitches to get to those 2/3 of an inning. And then against Chicago Cubs, 5 1/3, scoreless baseball, surrendering just 2 hits, did issue 3 walks, but still to see those numbers from him, a good sign. And it's the unfortunate thing that we got to say after almost everything, after everybody, including Aaron Nola, looks like they actually put it together. Hopefully they actually put it together. Spoiler, they didn't. I'm going to just go ahead and check social media real quick. And I'm just going to, just for a second, I'm going to see if there's anything out there about Madonna Mia. I'm not seeing anything of comments being made about what's going on with anybody in the thing, in the clubhouse. Nope, nothing. Good, great, grand, stupendous. So that's where we're at right now. Aren't we all just having a wonderful dandy of a time, folks? Wonderful dandy of a time, let me tell you. Why is this being weird? Stop being weird thing. Oh, I'm trying to see what the good people are saying about this game. I'll get to you. I promise you. What do we got? Here we go. Barbara Carroll. What's up, Babs? Farzy, we can't resign Nola. We just can't. Doesn't look like it. Crawley, 26. 5 runs, 3 home runs. Turner been so bad. I would bench him for a while. Those are all separate comments. I like that, but from the same person. K. Raleigh. I'm just going to call you K. Raleigh or Crawley, whatever you like. Babs, what's up? Trey has been good his whole career. He just got here. I'll give him a break, but Nola is a problem. I agree. K. Raleigh, if Nola pitched like an ace, the Phillies would win. This is true. Not untrue. This is very true. Babs, Nola embarrassed himself in the World Series. It really does. It felt like Nola had that great year last year, and then the World Series happened, and unfortunately. Don't get me started on Thompson. Girardi got fired with this record. Babs, you're right there. I'm with you. He won't move Turner down because nobody. Well, I think he's got cojones. I think he's got what is it? Due Polini. I think he's got 2 of them. I think. So yeah, I like to see it. I wouldn't like to see them. Not as you know what I'm saying. But I would like to see him move him down in the order. Troy Turner, that is. Despite John Marinelli, what's up, buddy? Despite the massive payroll, the Phillies are a bad team. At what point does the blame fall on Dombrowski for assembling this mess? Well, now. But it's tough, man. It's become tough to like rip Howie Roseman because of all the success the Eagles have had. Like back, going to Super Bowl, 2 Super Bowls, winning 1 in 5 years, We go to 2 Super Bowls, 5 years, whatever, different quarterbacks, different head coaches. That's pretty impressive. Dombrowski wins. He goes to the World Series. Wherever he goes, he ends up in the World Series. He wins a World Series. That's just kind of what he does. He's a great baseball man. I mean, it's a wild thing right now. And it's all based around the idea that the guys that are supposed to be your 1 and 1A, guys that are supposed to be your aces in Wheeler and Nola are pitching like ass. All right. It's just not good. One of your bigger offseason acquisitions in Taijuan Walker, you're supposed to have the 1-2 punch. And this is why I was excited about the Phillies. You're supposed to have the 1-2 punch of Wheeler and Nola, whatever order you like. Wheeler, then Nola. Then you're supposed to have Ranger Suarez. Then Taijuan Walker is going to be your 4th starter. That's pretty good. And then Andrew Payne. Remember that? No? You don't remember that guy? Remember that guy? Yeah, okay. And that didn't happen. And then you were adding Trey Turner to this lineup at $300 million. Wow. To this point, talk about your all-time backfires. Not fun. Dombrowski didn't bring Nola and Hoskins here. Overrated both. Very true. Babs, Farzy, you're very cute. Oh, that's the best part of my night right there. Thank you. Phillies have a lot of DH players, including Mr. Stonehand Strikeout King Hoskins. Ruthless, as you should be today. You kidding me after that crap we just watched? 8-5. Oh, this ain't cool. This is not fun. Hey, but you know what is fun? Colony pools and power washing. That is fun. You guys should check them out. Seriously. Let Colony Pools and Power Washing bring your home back to life for the summer of 2023. Give our sponsor for the entire baseball season a call, 302-762-2250. That's 302-762-2250. If you're tired of seeing the green algae stains on your roof and you live in Delco, you live in Chester or the state of Delaware, let Colony pressure wash your house and take the pressure off you. I still can't believe Castellanos didn't score on that ball. And I want to see the replay of the full diamond angle, whatever, see everything. And I want to see what the hell happened on that play. And I don't see any other descriptions on social media of what went down on that particular play. But boy, oh boy, I would love to get that full angle. Or at least what's being said about it. Because nothing is hopping right now on the old social media about what's being said about that particular play. Good God. I'll be back with you guys tomorrow night after the Phillies and Braves play game 2 of this 4-game series. That's right. There's 3 more of this, not just 2. I thought you were going to get off easy. But we do have off Monday. So we have off Memorial Day. I know that it's weird to not watch baseball on Memorial Day, but I think it's going to be a welcome day off from the Phils. But I'll be back with you guys after the game tomorrow night. It's a 7:20 start time. With Taijuan Walker back on the hill for the Phillies. And then I'll be back with you guys also tomorrow morning for the Farzy Show right here on the JAKIB YouTube channel, as well as the Farzy Show YouTube channel. My guest will be Kai Carlin. We'll try to dissect what's going to happen next with the Philadelphia 76ers. And by the time you're back at work on Tuesday, the new head coach, what's going to happen? We're going to figure it all out tomorrow morning. We'll just answer all the questions right then and there. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys as per usual. Sorry our baseball team isn't good at baseball. And sorry Nick Castellanos had a multitude of brain farts. That's what happened tonight. Alex Schmidt produced the program, did a wonderful job as per usual. His associate producer was Emma. Great job by her as well. Thanks for watching, everybody. Catch you guys tomorrow morning and tomorrow night. How lucky are we? See you then.
Do you stream on a Roku, Fire Stick, Google TV, or Apple TV? Now you can watch 6ABC 24/7 with the 6ABC Philadelphia streaming app.
For the big story on Action News,
search 6ABC Philadelphia and start streaming today.
Go to get your game on. Go for the beers. Go for the cheers. Go for the hit and the hits. Go for the stakes and the stakes. Go to get your parlay on. Go to get your party on. Go for the scene. Go for the screens. Go for the gallery. Go for the win. Go to Ocean. Visit theoceanac.com to plan your visit.
The greatest fans on earth. It's a bold statement, but would you expect anything less from Philadelphia? 58 years of heartache creates a toughness, a grit, a resolve not found in most. Sure, our prayers were answered, but now that we've had a taste, we're looking for more. Pondley Hockey, official partner of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Go passionately. Go fearlessly. Go confidently.
Go Birds!
Go confidently towards your goals with First Trust, Philly's hometown bank for nearly 90 years, and the official bank of the Philadelphia Eagles. We're focused on getting you over the goal line. So go with conviction, go with trust,
Go Birds!
and go forward with us by your side. First Trust Bank, the official bank of Philadelphia dreams. Oh, and go Birds.
This is Governor Ed Rendell urging you to vote for my friend Judge Pat Dugan for Superior Court. I appointed Judge Dugan in 2007 to the Philadelphia Municipal Court, where he now serves as its president judge. Pat is a proud Army veteran of 23 years. He served 2 tours in Iraq and Afghanistan. He's also recommended by the Philadelphia Bar Association. But most importantly, he bleeds Eagles green and hates those Dallas Cowboys. So get out and vote for number 3, Judge Pat Dugan for Superior Court.
Paid for by Dugan 2023.
EAGLES, Eagles.